In this tutorial, we will take a closer look at database searching and locating articles. This tutorial covers some basic information on searching, Boolean operators, and common database tools, and then explores a search in CINAHL more deeply. When you speak with a librarian and ask for help finding articles, he or she may show you some databases available from the library website. But what are databases anyway? Databases are simply a collection of materials. Databases you find in the library contain research articles. The material found in a database is typically proprietary, meaning someone owns the copyright to that content and it is not freely available. Many of the research databases libraries offer are discipline-specific, and they contain authoritative information, meaning you can trust the materials you find in these databases to satisfy your class requirements. Also, using a research database from the library means that the materials others would pay for are free to students because of your relationship with the university. As a college student, you should become familiar with your library. The library holds tons of information or has ways to get information that won't cost you money. Databases are a key product offered by the library, and a link to all the university owns can be found on the library homepage. The library for Lincoln Memorial University is located at the web address library.lmunet.edu. All databases available from the library have some tools in common which make it easy for you to search different databases as you need to. These same tools are also common for search engines such as Google. Boolean operators are used to combine or eliminate terms in your search. The three operators databases use are and, or, and not. I'll explain a little bit more on the next slide. You can search databases using subject terms as well. These terms are specific to the subject of the articles in the database. In CINAHL, you will find these terms under CINAHL headings. In other databases, you'll find these terms under sections labeled subjects or thesaurus. In most databases, you can find the full text of an article either in PDF or HTML format. Simply click on a link to the full text to read the article on your screen, and the database will provide you with a list of citation styles for that particular article. Simply copy-paste the citation into your document. If you are working in a group, it's great to be able to send your team members articles to complete your project. Finally, databases allow you to apply limits or filters to your searches. These limiters allow you to fine-tune your search. We'll go over some limiters in the next few slides as well. On this slide, you see a bit more information about the Boolean operators and, or, and not. These terms are building blocks, and they tell the database what to look for or what to overlook. The Boolean operator and combines terms so that each item returned contains both of those words in it. The operator or expands your search and will return items with one or the other term or even both terms. For example, if you're looking at articles on autism, you may also want to see an article on Asperger's syndrome. By searching for autism or Asperger's, you will see a lot more articles than just searching for one or the other. The final Boolean operator you might use when searching is not. This term eliminates the words after it. For example, if you searched for autism and in your search you found a number of articles about attention deficit disorder, you could type in a search for autism, not attention deficit disorder, and the results would eliminate any articles with ADD in them. You want to be very careful using not because sometimes you can eliminate some critical articles that talk about your area of interest as well as something else. I mentioned that these tools can also be used in search engines such as Google. And is assumed by all search engines, so every time you search for something in Google, it is combining all the terms you type. You can simply type the word or into a Google search to retrieve more results. If you use not, indicate this with a minus symbol right before the term you do not want to include in your search. A big difference between databases and search engines is that you can control what field you search inside a database, but you cannot do that with search engines. Most of us conduct keyword searches all the time. All you have to do is type in a term or phrase and hit search or go. This is a keyword search because you have not defined where you want the database to search for the term you typed. There are many advantages to this method. Keyword searching searches all available fields, so it's like casting a wide net because your terms can appear anywhere. If an author typed in the word autism to compare it to ADD, for example, but the article is about ADD, you might still get that article because you conducted a keyword search. Subject searching always allows you to search in the subject or descriptor field. When you search for the subject of an item, someone has assigned terms to that article to describe what it is about. Searching in this field means you are looking at very specific information. In CINAHL, PubMed, and other medical databases, there are medical subject headings, also called mesh terms. The advantage to searching in a subject field is that you will be using a predefined, controlled vocabulary, so your chances of getting relevant articles is greatly enhanced. Subject searching is a type of field searching because you tell the database to look in one spot or field. You can also do field searching for the author field, the title field, the journal title field, and so forth. Typically, you would search for known information in a field. If I know the name of an author I'm interested in, I can type in the author's name and only search the author field. Finally, when searching for information, you can use truncation or wildcard searching. These features also work with search engines. Use these tools when you want multiple spellings of a word or multiple words that have the same root word. For example, searching for the truncated word vaccine will get results for the terms vaccine, vaccinate, vaccination, and so forth. There are many limits you can place on a search to really focus the results. Common limiters are full text, specific journal titles, and date range. In CINAHL, some of the limiters you'll want to be aware of include age groups, special interest, first author is a nurse, and journal subset. Age groups include specific age ranges such as 1 to 2 years old, 65 and older, as well as newborns, infants, toddlers, teenagers, older adults, and so forth. Some assignments require you to find an article where the first author or any author is a nurse. CINAHL contains a limiter for exactly that need. Another CINAHL limiter is the journal subset, which is a regional division. In some assignments, you'll be restricted to journals in the United States. In this case, you can use the limiter journal subset and select USA. From this slide forward, we will look specifically at CINAHL, the comprehensive index to nursing and allied health literature. The next few slides consist of a semi-guided tour of different features of CINAHL. To access CINAHL, go to the library website and click on the Databases button. The example I use in this tutorial is the shingles vaccine. There's a lot going on in this first slide, but I'm conducting a keyword search for shingles vaccinations. At the top of this slide is an image with search boxes. In the top box, I've typed the truncated form of vaccination. The asterisk stands in place of alternative endings. In the second box, I typed the term shingles. Notice the Boolean operator "and" to the left of the word shingles. All I've done here is type in two terms in separate boxes and hit search. Follow the large blue arrow down to see the first result on my list, entitled Vaccinating Against Shingles. To the left of the title, notice the number 27 results. This tells me that my search for vaccination and shingles returned 27 hits. If you click on the title of this record, you will get more information. On this slide, I've clicked on the title of the item I want to look at. In the middle is the full record of information about this item. Here you can see the different fields we could search in, such as author, source, publication type, language, and so on. To the left, notice the box that has Find It At. I'll talk more about this icon a little later in the tutorial, but for now, just know it is one way to access the full text article. On the right of the slide, notice small icons with words beside them. The fifth icon down is where you will find the Cite feature I mentioned earlier. If you click that icon, you'll get a list of reference citations in different formats. If you are specifically looking for an APA citation, it will be the second one in the list. On this slide, I'll show you how to find subject or mesh terms to use in your search. Think back to the previous slide where it showed that my search returned 27 items. I would think that there would be a lot more information on the shingles vaccine, so I'm going to check the subject terms to see if there is a better word to use in my search. At the top of the CINAHL page is a blue bar with tabs. I'm going to click on the CINAHL Headings tab to search for the subject terms. Once I click on that tab, I see a search box. I've typed the word vaccinations because I want to see if there's a better term for that word. Once I typed it in, I clicked search. And I was informed that the preferred term for vaccinations is actually immunization. If I search the CINAHL headings for immunization, I get a list of different types of immunizations and a lot of choices on different aspects of that term. The lower image on this slide is my refreshed list for immunizations. On this screen, I can click on the term itself and get a scope note as to how this term is used in the database. There are also subheadings for the subject terms. You can choose subheadings if you wish. Just place the check marks in the box beside the subheading of interest. Then click Search Database on the right and you'll get a new result list. Limiters or filters help focus your search to be very specific. For nursing research, you may want to limit your search results to specific age groups or first author is a nurse or a journal subset such as USA. On the front page of CINAHL, you will see 3 search boxes as shown in the top middle image on this slide. Scrolling down just a bit will show you a variety of limiters that you can apply to the search. While you can set these limits at the beginning, you can always add them later. The difference is that once you've conducted a search, the limiters are accessed on the left menu of the results page. Notice on the lower right-hand image a few of the limits available in CINAHL. Searching with a specific date range helps you view the most recent information. Peer-reviewed items are considered scholarly and authoritative. For college papers, this is a critical limiter you may choose to utilize. In CINAHL, you can also assure that the article retrieved have at least one nurse as an author. In some cases, you may want the first author to be a nurse. In other cases, any author can be a nurse. This limiter helps to ensure that the material is focused on nursing. This slide shows you different icons that you will see within CINAHL. Any of these icons may get you to the full text of an article. I'll explain these in order. The top icon, which says Full Text, tells you that the full article is available to view. However, this icon is typically associated with the full text being marked up for web display, which means that it may not have page numbers, and if there are images or charts, they will appear at the end of the article instead of where they appear in the print version. While you have the full text available, it may be a bit harder to match images with text or cite the article if you use quotations. The second icon means that the full text of the article is available as a PDF file. In this case, you can open, print, or save the article just as it looks in the print journal. You'll have page numbers, and the formatting will look like the print journal with images and charts embedded within the text so they make more sense. The third icon is referred to as the Find It At icon. This one, as well as the bottom icon for the Health Sciences Library, means that the full text is not available within CINAHL, but may be available in any of our other databases. By clicking on one of these 2 icons, you will initiate a search in all of our other databases. If the item is available, you will see the information on the next slide. Once you have clicked the Find It At icon or the Read Health Sciences Library icon, you will see a page that begins with the Article Search Results page, the top image here. This is simply the information that is being searched and includes the article title, author, journal name, volume, issue, and page numbers. The second image, the light blue one, is one example of how you might see that the full text is available. The third image is another way that you might see the same information, but it has more detail. Let me explain. When the full text is available in a different database, you will see either the name of the database, the word journal, or the word article. Moving from right to left, you are getting more and more specific as to the location. On the second image, you see the word journal and then freely accessible social sciences journal. The term journal is hyperlinked, but the resource is not. What this means is that you need to click on the term journal and then search for the particular article inside the journal. If you get this level of information, use the search criteria in the top image to conduct your search. On the bottom image, what we see is that the article is available from 4 different resources: PubMed Central, JSTOR, or the freely accessible science journals, or from the publisher via Crossref. For the first, second, and last resource, we can find it at the article level. However, if we look in the freely accessible science journals, we can only get to the journal level, and then we will need to search for the article. Obviously, you want to see the term article, because all you'll need to do is click that word and it will open the article itself. However, if you see the word journal, or even only see a resource, you can still get to the full text. You'll just have to conduct a search in the resource you link to. If, however, when you click on the Find It At icon or the Read Health Sciences Library icon and you get an article search results page that shows the red phrase, "Sorry, no holdings were found for this journal," simply scroll down a bit more and click on the link request via interlibrary loan. By clicking on this link, you will generate a request for this article from another library. The advantage to processing a request through this link is that the interlibrary loan form is completed by the database on your behalf, like the image at the bottom outlined in blue. In other words, you only need to click this link, then scroll to the bottom of the interlibrary loan form and click Submit. You do not have to retype any information into the form to get to the article. It's a real time saver. To recap, some things about journal article databases that are accessed through your library. Remember, databases contain authoritative information that is useful for your class assignments. You can trust the information found in a database. Databases are searchable in many ways, but you can easily search a database just as you would Google. Simply type in one term and click Search. You can refine your results later. There are multiple ways to limit your search results, including very specific ones for nursing, such as an author has to be a nurse, or a journal subset, or even a particular age group. Also, the library databases make the full text of articles available to you for free. Since you are associated with LMU, you can get these materials at no cost. And if the full text is not available at your fingertips, simply request an interlibrary loan and we will get the article from another library at no cost to you. If you have any questions or need assistance when using the databases, feel free